Fire. Some say it is foundational to human existence itself, capable of many great uses for sustaining life as we know it, but equally destructive, and has the potential for horrific catastrophes. Some believe fire to be the first and greatest discovery of mankind. Honestly, isn't it weird that we say discovered fire? That's like someone saying they discovered bullets because they were standing on the business end of a state-sanctioned projectile weapon instead of subscribing to quarter-life burnouts. The bullet was already there. You didn't discover it. You experienced it. Just as the first man to discover fire helped the second man to experience flames because he didn't like this very video. In an astounding turn of events, this video is about the indie darling that is Noita. Noita is the brainchild of a schizophrenic man who heard Neil deGrasse Tyson speak loosely about entropy. Entropy is the phenomena that as time elapses, all energy trends toward chaos. That may not be the textbook answer, but it makes this video make sense. Noita is an entropy simulator, and I'm Chip of Quarter-Life Burnout's fame, here to explain why. I'm rather excited to have my good friend Extra Shoddy of Noita's own fame as my resident expert of the depths of Noita here to talk about what makes Noita so interesting.
Thanks for having me, Chip. I think what really makes Noita so great is...
What does that nerd know about Noita anyway? I bet he's fought all the bosses and found all the secrets like a loser who doesn't just rerun the same first few levels because he built a rocket launcher wand that has heat-seeking missiles. And he's the only warm body around. The thing you need to know before experiencing Noita is that you play the game as much as the game plays you. This world is a living, breathing ecosystem with the sole purpose of sending you to therapy. When I tell you that every pixel is simulated, that means every pixel is simulated. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. First, let's address the simple question of what is a Noita? Bro, what the fuck am I looking at? For our purposes, Noita is this guy. He's basically a wizard. You, the player, control this little guy. And nothing else. As you venture into the vast world of the game, it becomes oppressively apparent how little control you actually possess. What did the developer mean by this? As you progress through the Holy Mountain, you will come across wands and spells. These, by some miraculous intersection of time and space, are what constitutes your wizardly powers. Spells are what is actually cast and are set in stone in what they do and what their stats are. They are consistent and they are reliable. Wands, however, are a different story. Wands are generated to have different properties which drastically change how your spells get cast and how many spells you can even use at a time. Between the wand generation, modifying spells, and cast spells, there's probably more variance in wand customizability than there are atoms in the universe. You can quote my homeboy Neil on that one. I didn't say it. Every visit to the Holy Mountain grants a perk which permanently modifies your wizard for the rest of the run. When building out your wizard and wands, finding synergy between your wands and perks is vital to your survival. But let's be honest. No one's making it out of here alive. This world, as previously stated, is the product of a profound explosion billions of years ago, with the rapid expansion of light and matter through an empty void, with constant cosmic interaction to spread different elements, and the creation of life in some semblance of a miracle, all to bring us to our current state, with energy still trending towards chaos. In contrast, Noita's world was generated by a European to bring you pain. However, you are given tools to dish out just as much pain. However, yet again, this is an entropy simulator. For every push you give, expect to be pushed back just as hard, if not harder. Gross. This world is teetering on the edge of spontaneous combustion and explosions. Enemies are chomping at the bit to destroy everything in their path between themselves and your total destruction, even at the cost of their own lives. It is not an uncommon occurrence to enter a level already engulfed in flames, or in the midst of a chain of explosions shaking the very world you're entering. This is just the experience. Everything is fine. There is seemingly no end to the variety of enemies you will encounter along your thousands of journeys, and every encounter is more maddening than the last. Combat will almost never be coherent, and you're just gonna have to accept that. It's very rare to encounter just one enemy at a time, and friendly fire is turned on for everyone on screen. And your spells love you just as much as your enemies. Did I mention there's chemistry in this game? There's chemistry in this game. Elements interact with each other in predictable ways, all with the intention of catching you on fire. If you think for a second there's no chance that you can be set on fire, you've already lost. Fire immunity is only a suggestion, but it is highly encouraged. If you see lanterns, explosives, propane tanks, or anything seemingly inert at the moment, rid the world of its existence before it rids the world of yours. There is no depth of the mechanics or world past this brief introduction which I can give you to accurately sum up this game. It is chaos distilled into a wonderful package that no amount of money could ever buy. But it looks like $20 might be a good start. The only thing truly holding this game back is official multiplayer support, because double the wizards means double the death potential and a furthering spiral into chaos. Let's have Extra Shoddy talk about this multiplayer mod.
Are you just gonna cut me off again?
Dude, it's a bit. What don't you understand about that? The multiplayer mod is what finally brought this game from what was my favorite roguelike into my top 10, if not my top 5 favorite games of all time. It's not perfect, and it can cause some issues with the game, but it brings such an experience to this already incredible game that I almost can't imagine playing this game solo anymore. If you want to experience this for yourself, coercion is a wonderful way to get people on board. I endorse it. Extra Shoddy endorses it.
Wait, what?
And the people of Finland endorse it. Grab some friends and go dump hundreds of hours into what can only be described as the Entropy Simulator. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I really don't think I can do this game justice by breaking it apart and spilling all its secrets. And honestly, it's better for you to just find out for yourself. This game has been my session game for over 3 years, and I just never get tired of it. I do hope the multiplayer mod eventually gets officially integrated into the game, if only so it polishes off the few rough edges that I've noticed. If you're new around here, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It's very much appreciated. Drop a comment down below. I love taking the conversation to the comments with y'all. And until next time, keep it tuned in.